Welcome to Chronversations. On this episode, we got some new guests here today, and I'm incredibly high because we smoked a little bit before this podcast, which is why I sound like I'm on slow-mo. So, we'll just let this episode start, and here we go. Alright, well, fuck. Welcome, folks who like to listen to my podcast for nobody. Today we got two different guests who haven't been on either of my podcasts before. We got my good buddy Mike Carr and my buddy fucking James Farva Rodarmal.
That's right.
That's right. And yeah, this is Chronversations, my weird podcast that I do.
It's all good, man.
Not a lot of good reasons.
Shit, we're just chilling.
Right, and I've been trying to get a lot of different people on here because I know a lot of weird fuckers, man. Like, who do a lot of weird shit.
That's what I'm saying.
And recently, Farva, I've been a little interested in your shit because you got like 5 or 6 different hustles, man. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, you do a lot of side shit. You're like that, like, crazy black guy in Everybody Hates Chris that's, like, always selling random shit. You're like that dude.
My lady really likes to do just drop shipping. That's how it all started.
Oh, yeah?
So,
What the fuck is that?
It's where you post items for sale on eBay that people could go out, and buy, but you make it more readily available for them, and then you get a little bit of a cut off of it.
Cool.
So I won't indulge because I'm not trying to like explain how to do it.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's your it's your hustle. That's what I'm saying. So
I'll give it to my lady though, man. Like she hustles to get her starter kit for everything.
How much do you think you say you would make a month in your e-commerce for? What do you say, Amazon or eBay? What did you say for eBay?
Between eBay, right now we're mostly focused on the Sea-Girl Pearl thing.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is Farva doing selling pearls? Like,
dude.
And then like Cameron's lady was like, oh, they're selling oysters. I'm like, he's selling oysters now? How many fucking houses he got? She's like, and it was the pearl thing. And then I was like, wait, he's selling oysters you can't fucking eat?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, these are for the pearls inside.
I get we live in Colorado.
So we don't even know what it is.
Yeah, so it's like gamble.
But you always get like a pennant to put it in. You know what I'm saying? And we always do free shipping. That's how we got our name out there.
Yeah, for sure. But you're like in the Funko Pop game too, though. Like hardcore, man.
Well, I collect the Star Wars now. I'm not an as active.
Yeah. You
purchaser
with the
to trade, because
you're a father now.
Yeah, I can't be dropping $200-$400 on little plastic bobbleheads
for just one.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
There's a holographic Darth Maul that's $2,000.
Man,
and it's glow in the dark. I believe
those just don't seem worth it to me. Those little Funko Pop guys, like, I can't justify spending $200 on a little like figure that. Isn't that cool?
That's why you get lucky, and you get a new one that is what they call a chase version.
Yeah.
Chase is a variant. One per case. They make one different, slightly. You know what I'm saying? And they throw a little sticker on it. People go crazy for that sticker.
For sure.
So if you're there when they open the case and put it on the shelf, you get the chase. People are willing to trade ridiculous pops for a new chase.
That's crazy, man. Like, I just can't justify spending that much because, like, I've recently got back into, like, Gundam models, man. And I spent, like, I can justify spending, like, $60 on a model, like that bigger one.
Do they make the Fig Arts Gundams? How much are those? A couple $100?
The big ones? Like...
Yeah, like the super articulated...
The master class pieces?
Yeah.
Those go for, at that store, they're sort of high price, like 80 at the highest for certain ones.
Okay, so what's the most expensive Gundam, like, statue that you've seen?
In that store, there's one for $150.
Okay, so what if that guy lets you do $25 a month until it was paid off?
It's not a Gundam I particularly enjoy, so I wouldn't get it.
What if it was, though?
If it was like a Heavy Arms Model 2, like, then I would seriously think about getting it, especially if they were like, can't find these.
Like, my buddy Dylan runs Kapow Comics.
Then I probably would, because I'm a big nerd for things I really like, and giant robots and anime things are things I really
Exactly.
So that's the one aspect that I get. But also, when I get something, like, from property, I kind of tend to go, like, the old school, like, Todd McFarlane route, where I want, like, a super detailed, like, and they weren't so articulate, but I want like good articulation and stuff like that. But like that big Gundam I built, that's a statue, man. That is not a figure. Like it says build a figure, but it's not a build a figure.
It's meant to pose and show. Yeah.
But this little guy that I got, Gundam 00 Riser that I got with the cool swordy thing, he's more of a fucking action figure. And he's really like super easy to pose, and he's made to fuck with, which is cool. Especially if you want to get him into poses, you want like arms falling off, because like
that reminds me of the Black Series for Star Wars.
Oh, those faces on those toys, bro! Like that Leia face was terrible. It looked like she had fucking got hit in the head with a fucking log.
They did justice on the 40th anniversary one though. That one was way
the
better.
Darth Vader one looks real nice too. They fixed that one. It didn't have that big sad face.
They need to focus on releasing new figures already.
Yeah.
Like they just dropped out the wave with Lando and Qui-Gon. And man, I'm still waiting for them to do battle droids.
Yeah.
Or a destroyer.
That's cool.
Like, where are those at?
So you gearing up for the cons, man?
I am. My goal is to be able to, last year I smoked with Peter Dante, me and Amber both.
Yeah, I remember you live streaming that shit, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah,
I was at work,
cool,
and I was like, motherfuck. I'm at work. I want to be getting high with sort of famous folks.
I just asked
Jason
if I
Mewes
could go
was
live.
there.
Yep, he signed my bong.
I wanted to see Jason Mewes so hard.
He signed my bong, and then he
on
was cool. He was all about Pokemon Go at the time. He was like running around and like security.
He's
was
like a
kinda
giant
ushering
child.
people out.
It's amazing.
He was screaming that it was a Pikachu. He was.
And I listened to
after.
he's on another podcast. I listen to a lot of like Kevin Smith podcasts. He's kind of like my spirit animal. But I listen to the one where it's like his intervention podcast, and it's really funny. Like he tells like the older episodes are really funny because he tells a lot of like filthy sex stories and weird shit he's done because he's like hung out with like crazy chicks because he was doing dope and stuff at the time.
Hell yeah.
And there's always crazy shit that people get into when they do dope. But I always wanted to meet him. Him and Kevin Smith. Last time they were down here they were downtown.
Yeah, at the Pikes Peak Center.
I wanted to see him so bad, but the day switched and I first spaced it out.
Yep.
I was gonna buy a ticket.
Yep. There's an 8x10 at home that's already signed by Jason Mewes. We're just waiting.
Yeah.
Gotta get a signature from Kevin, man.
Yeah. Do you are you gonna cosplay for any of the cons?
I am. I plan on going as Officer Rod Farva to the Colorado Springs Comic-Con.
Right.
Since the
that's like
lizard
that
guys
was
are
a
gonna
weird.
be there.
All of our friends have weird nicknames, and you got one that was just perfect.
Fuck you, Dan.
Yeah, because like you just put on a bit of weight.
Yep.
And like you like crew cutting your hair, and you had the stash.
Stormtrooper armor outfit.
Well, I have a Stormtrooper helmet, but I also have a Mandalorian armor kit that I'm working on.
There's a big difference, Mike.
It's like Boba Fett.
Yeah.
It's like the bounty hunters.
Yeah, it's a race in Star Wars that are like these like warrior dudes who are just like, it's like a planet full of bounty hunters, man. It's cool. And they all wear that like dope like Mandalorian like Boba Fett setup.
I guess I never got to see it done. I saw a piece of it when you were making it.
Yep.
How close is it finished?
No,
not
even
close yet.
close.
Yeah, that stuff is crazy hard. It would seem like.
It's just I got so much going on, man. It's hard to sit down and do a costume.
LARPing.
Dude, LARPing looks like fun.
Dude, they go hard at Palmer Park sometimes, man.
Yeah, like me and Cameron thought of something amazing because he has this drinking horn that is also a horn.
Oh.
So we were like, man, we should like, because they post their shit on the internet. So he was like, we should see when they're gonna do this shit, and then we'll dress up like barbarians. And then we'll like just show up out of nowhere, and he'll blow the horn, and there'll be like 6 of us and run in, and we'll just like diesel everyone, and then just leave. Because like the way LARPs work is like it's like Dungeons and Dragons, because like the quote unquote dungeon master will set up the scenario, and he sets up everything that's gonna happen depending on how intricate the LARP is.
So we have to let this dude be okay with the fact that we're gonna roll in and mob.
We're gonna fuck up their LARP. That's what it is, because everything will be planned. Everybody will be like, "What the fuck's going on?" And we're just dieseling people who are confused, just confused nerds getting smashed by a giant foam hammer while we're dressed like fucking William Wallace, screaming as Cameron blows a big ass horn. It's just like. And then we come in like, bah, just start dieseling people. Like me and Cameron thought that. We're like, that would be just so amazing.
That would be pretty good.
But also, LARPing looks like it's amazing, like the regular way they do it.
I don't know.
But fucking up a LARP like that would be just the most amazing thing ever.
I'd have to say we'd have to crash one at night because I have all those badass lightsabers. that light up and make the sounds. And...
No, we're gonna have to make big foamy things to diesel them with.
Well, I mean, we
Because they're
could go
plastic
easy
and that would
with
hurt.
it.
Nah,
you know?
that's not the point of being a barbarian, Farva. That's not the point of being a barbarian. Me and Cameron already established
Mike
this.
says he can get me out of this one. I'm pretty sure you're fucked.
So, alright, big hammers, big axes.
Just
Wiffle
diesel and
ball
confusing
bats.
nerds. The guy who wrote the scenario is probably like, "What's going on? I didn't do this." And
Someone
we're
just
just.
scream wild
big
card.
cannon Nerf guns.
What's up?
If you had a big cannon Nerf gun.
But we're doing barbarians. Barbarians didn't have cannons.
Well,
They
cannon
were
Nerf
covered
guns.
in mud and they hit people with shit.
Oh,
That's
what,
all
you
we're
have a
gonna
paintball
do.
gun?
No, it's not to be we're not gonna be super malicious and shoot people with
that's a
paintballs.
dickhead move.
But like
Okay.
showing up and making their LARP kind of interesting for a little bit and them having a good what the fuck moment.
What's
that
what
would
the
be
fuck
hilarious.
moment, then?
Yeah.
Yeah, bunch of like barbarians just showing up to your LARP that you didn't plan on.
barbarians, man.
You didn't do this? No.
That's what I'm saying. Someone just has to scream wild card when we start. rolling in.
Leroy Jenkins.
They do have those Nerf grenades, though, that kind of like explode.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
All right, since everybody's done smoking their fucking cigarettes, let's do a dab. Let's cut to a segment I like to call What We Smoking. And I moved it to this podcast too because I was like, it's the root of my podcast is the weed smoking. So this is what we're smoking.
And what we're smoking today is I have a little bit of Girl Scout Cookies clear distillate from the Focus Lab Oil Company, which is a real nice clear distillate. And Farva brought a couple different things today. On the one big slab of dab, he's got a Tahoe Perps, and the other one is a Scuba Steve. Also, the weed he brought, I have no clue, but it was pretty dank. So that is what we were smoking.
So yeah, fucking up a LARP would be fun, just because I like real nerdy shit like that, and that just sounds super hilarious to do to somebody. I feel like it would make it. I feel like that would be their best. They would remember that as the best LARP ever. Remember when the barbarians showed up and nobody knew what was going on?
I think everyone would almost have to dress up as something different to make it more epic. I could go full-blown Star Wars. I have a Kylo Ren helmet.
Panda. Just dress up like a panda.
Yeah.
Just the weirdest shit. I want a panda. I want Kylo Ren. I want fucking Sailor Moon. I want a fucking...
It'd be like a misfit fucking Justice League that shows up and fucks the LARP up. Like,
It's the Just Us League.
One of those in
is that the guy from Kick-Ass 2? Is that Jim Carrey?
It's Kurt. The guy from Waterworld.
invisible suits, so when you show up, you're just like hitting people, but they don't really notice.
Dude, a bunch of ghillie suits would be awesome if you knew where it was going to go
Suits?
down and you set up and just chilled beforehand.
That sounds like a lot of commitment.
Yeah, that is a lot of commitment, but
Like,
if it's at the right
It's
spot,
probably less commitment than our idea of setting up a barbarian horde.
true.
But a barbarian horde, it sounds way more fun.
It's just like that word. Like, what does that actually
You have to blow a horn.
We would have to make it epic, though.
Yeah.
Like, Cameron would be the one to run out first, just far enough to
Not
where
even
he
run
could be
out.
seen over
Just
the
step
crest
out.
of the hill,
Just step
and he
out.
would blow the horn. And as soon as everyone's attention was on him, just have him
shoot
start
an
walking
arrow.
forward.
No, running.
And
Like, it's barbarians, dude.
Have him raise his arm with a sword.
We're taking this barbarian shit real serious in this
do
prank. Like,
Battle cries, man.
it's it's acting practice, man. You are a barbarian that day.
Down.
That
I'm so
was
down.
fun. But like back to cons, man. I want to start. I want to
So
go
what
to.
you smoking?
Oh, I already. It's in the clip.
Oh,
I do the clip on its own. Oh, yeah, you don't know how this works, man. You haven't seen any of my podcasts, probably.
did you say that was some Girl Scout cookies? Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
I saw the one where you went to Carl's birthday.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Making fun of Carl on his birthday.
Do you remember how many parties we had at Carl's house?
Dude, Carl's house was insane. Like, those were like parties you would see in like an 80s movie.
Yeah. 3 stories full of people.
Cops showing up, not able to do anything because there's so many people.
Now, I remember on my birthday party over there, the cops showed up and I walked down the street with beer in hand and wearing my Indiana Jones hat to pick up empty beer bottles some people had thrown in some old dude's yard, like, down the street. And I didn't even think about it. They're like, yeah, you just want to pick up those bottles? Yeah. Well, I had my beer in my hand.
Look, I was doing that.
Didn't even think about it. Took a little walk with the police down the street with my beer, you know, picked up the empty ones, told them have a good night, you know.
I always just remember in complete, like, chaos on Carl's, like, parties. Just, like, massive amounts of people.
Something.
Like, a legit sound system that's meant for a venue, like a Black Sheep inside of his, like, fucking
Little
suburban fucking cul-de-sac house. Just, like, basing out the neighbors, like, hard as fuck. And then a sea of just drunk youth just puking and trying to fuck each other in a
Do you
weird...
remember when he got put on the watch list?
Yeah, dude.
Every weekend, there wouldn't even be a party, but there would be, like, 4 cop cars that would just, like, circle
Chill. They would just chill.
and make sure that there wasn't a little shindig going on Friday or Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we learned our lesson.
I don't think I've ever been to one of Carl's.
Nah, you probably...
I've known
did.
Carl for years though, but I've never been to his
Well,
house.
we've all known each other for a long ass time. Like,
Usually when I
Since
show
high
up there,
school.
Yeah.
Carl's
I remember when Farva had hair.
telling you.
Yeah, dude. That was
And he
a
wasn't
long-ass
Farva.
time ago.
He was James.
Yeah.
Carl's really pulled
He was
it
that guy
together.
James who drove that like maroon Civic.
I think it was an Accord.
Was it an Accord?
Yeah.
I just remember it had one of those retarded coffee can filters that made it sound like you were going 1,000 miles an
Fucking
hour, but
A
you're
right,
going
dude.
5.
I had to get my little rice burner out of my
Yeah.
system.
It was big, man. It was the 2000s. Jinkos were the big. Fast and the Furious just happened.
I had the arch.
Everybody needed a visor and frosted tips.
I wasn't even alive.
It was the 2000s. I really hope the 2000s don't come back like the 90s are, because that would just be terrible, man. We didn't know what was going on with anything in the 2000s. We were all fucked up off of 9/11. So we were like, we need jeans. Jeans the size of a fucking dress on each leg. Pockets that go to your ankle.
They
Yeah.
thought all the computers were gonna crash.
Right.
I just wanted to not go to school
the
that day.
Y2K.
Yeah. I was like, fuck, I hope they
I remember, like, that New Year's, because, like, my parents were irresponsible drunkards when I was a kid. And they were having a party, and we were all kind of there. And some old fuck, like, was like, you know, that Y2K, he was talking about Y2K, and I was like, that sounds dumb. And he was like, you know, that's going to ruin that Nintendo 64 you got in there. And I was like, fuck no, Nintendo makes dope shit. Nothing's going to fuck with Nintendo.
That is true, man.
Nintendo's still going.
You know how you fix a Nintendo? You're blowing it. So I was like, whatever, old man. I ain't afraid of the fucking future. Computers are gonna be awesome. Like, the Matrix didn't come out by then, but I would have said the Matrix.
I forget how they justified in
John
this meme
Mnemonic,
that
there you go.
Xbox had gone in a complete circle. And it's like, it was Xbox, then it was Xbox 360, then it was Xbox One, and now it's like,
Isn't it gonna be called the Scorpio?
so, yeah, but oh man, I wish I could remember that meme. But it was like they had gone complete circle. Oh, it's the Xbox One X.
Really?
That's what they're calling it, okay? Well, if you break that down into an acronym, it's Xbox.
That's weird.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't really
Like,
care. I don't favor the Xbox.
I love the controller.
I'm a PlayStation man.
I know, we've always had this debate.
I like all of them.
It's just I've had more Xboxes die on me than PlayStations. Like, check it. I got a motherfucking PlayStation 2 that I bought from a fucking Walmart. And this motherfucker right here still
turns
plays.
on.
Still plays fucking shit. I got a stack of games in my shit. I still run through like Persona 3 and 4.
I still have Richie's
memory
original
cards, motherfucker.
Xbox.
Kids don't remember that.
I remember when that guy
I don't really say, but yeah.
took your whole PlayStation, and the only reason why you were mad about it was because you had the Black Sabbath CD in there.
Oh yeah, and no, I had weed in there too. Cause I had one before that, and that I got stolen. And this little thing, I just started smoking weed, and the little plate that pops out of here, I had my weed in here. And they stole my PlayStation. Someone broke into my house. It was actually fucking Tony Bignell and Jeremiah. They fucking broke into my house, took my fucking PlayStation that had my Black Sabbath CD, which was fucking awesome, that I was obsessed with at that point in time, and a fucking half ounce brick of swag. Really good swag too, and that was hard to find back in those days. It was like a nice fucking corner piece, man.
I knew Chris. I knew that it was terrible.
Yeah, they stole it, and I was kind of mad. And then I had to buy a new one.
And it was like, what the fuck?
No,
yeah, we were gonna play something.
Chris had stashed something else that they didn't get.
I'm just saying, it's been a long time since everyone was buying swag.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely around Colorado anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an old timey weed.
That shit was crazy. Do you remember the big blunt at the top of the mountain that we smoked? And we
The
were
one
all
that
grunting
Carl
like-
kept spilling.
Yeah, every time he would take a hit, he'd
like-
turn it up and weed would just fall out the bottom.
Like, it was on a 420, I forget what year it was, because we smoke a lot of fucking weed, but it was on a 420, and it was me, Richard, Carl,
Mike Garcia,
and
Frank?
Frank. Yeah, Frank was there, and that's it. And we climbed, we were like, all right, we're going to do a super blunt. And a super blunt, for the people out there who don't really know, which you most likely do, so I don't know what the fuck I'm explaining, but it's basically a blunt wrap that is the size of a sheet of fucking paper that you would write on, like out of a notebook. And so we took all of our weed that we had bought specifically for 420,
Yep.
and pooled it all together into like this massive, or at least at the time we were like massive, like fucking 30 gram like fucking billy club of a fucking blunt, man. And it had a really big filter in the back, but we didn't roll it tight enough, so like weed was escaping from it.
We made it up the mountain.
Yeah, we climbed up the
Spilled
mountain
less
with this
weed,
fucking
like-
torch of fucking of a blunt,
If
and
someone
we
was
made it to the
slipping,
top, and we
it would
didn't lose
pass.
it. We didn't lose a lot of the weed, but
Until
until we
Carl
started
did it.
smoking, because he would hold it upside down, and I'm just like, we're smoking, we hand Carl, and he's hitting it, and he holds it, and I just see like bowls pouring out. Like in my brain, I'm like, we could be smoking those bowls, it's just pouring out, and everybody's like, Carl, what the fuck? Quit flipping the fucking
Everyone.
blunt. And then like
Everyone.
every time you got a hold of it, just and just we're like, get that shit, save it. This is 420. We're in the mountains. You're dumping half the blunt
so
out.
much
man.
weed was given that day.
Yeah, like
to
the weed
mountain.
fairies had the best 420 that day. It was fucked up though. That was a hilarious one, and that wasn't the only super blunt we did. I think we did it a few
No.
times. Like we did it the year before that, and
We
then
did
like a
it
few
in
times.
in the little concrete.
Yeah, in the concrete hut thing.
Yeah, and the people riding their bikes across the creek thought there was a fire
Yeah, we had to run
because
I
there
think,
was so
didn't we?
much smoke.
That's because it's them super blunts, man. But now I ain't doing no super blunt for 420.
Nope.
That's too expensive.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't no one got time for that. You get high enough in one dab. Well, maybe two or
Right.
three. But
Or have you seen those people who do like ginormous dabs?
dude, I don't understand it.
Do you think it's a waste or no?
I actually
Yes
got
and
to
no.
smoke with the
Because they're like,
granny.
because they dab it, they're like,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
because they like with the way they hit it, they're like hit
Yeah.
to like clear it, and I'm like, look at all the shit you're wasting.
That goes
But-
back to the debate of not having to hold it to get.
Yeah,
the
dude,
effects.
is that a
Like,
debate?
I don't know. Like,
Do
my uncle
people say you're
always
not
said,
supposed to
like-
hold in dabs?
Well, yeah, he
You
said
don't have
you're
to?
not supposed to hold it in past like 2-3 seconds,
Why?
because that's when you start damaging, like, shit.
Fuck you! I remember being a broke fucking young man with no weed and like
You
ghosting hits.
you
Like
was holding
you rip it hard as fucking.
Yep.
And if you passed out, you passed out. The head rush will get you a little more high.
So,
But that was
that couch caught it. Like any which way you would fall if you were on one side of that couch. It would
and
just
steal
catch
anything in your pockets.
you. Yeah.
Like I had this couch
How
in
many
my old
diners
house.
did you end up finding in that couch, dude?
Dude, I legitly found $50 in my couch that nobody like claimed. So I bought weed. Like
I would.
granted I waited like a good like month almost. Like I just had it in the side because I was like, yeah, if this isn't like somebody probably needed
As
this
soon
shit.
as I spend it,
And nobody,
someone's
yeah,
gonna call me.
exactly.
For it.
And like I waited a minute, and no one said anything. So I'm like, all right, must have been nobody important because I used to have, because my house was the weed smoking house, and this couch like it had no back legs on it, so it leaned back a little more, which was nice and comfy. Except all your shit would fall out of your pockets
Yep.
and into the couch. Like
Yep.
no matter your pants, man, like you would just lose all your
That shit honestly looked like almost like the couch from that 70s show. Like the floral
upstairs.
pattern and,
It
like,
definitely was. I got
the
it off
wood
my
trim,
granddad, man. It was in
like-
my granddad's house.
Oh, dude, it was a badass couch.
It was a
man.
cool old timey couch.
Couches are too expensive.
And people,
nowadays.
that was like where people would pass out too. Like little carpet would just fall asleep on that couch all the fucking
He'd fall
time.
asleep like in the middle of the smoke session.
Yeah,
man.
and people would want
He'd
to
just,
fuck with him and shit. And I'm like, no, fuck you.
Oh no.
The rule in my house is you don't fuck with people.
It was just like watching C-3PO, dude.
Yeah.
You know, he just power down a little
Like-
bit and fall asleep.
Like he'd sit there and then like and wake up a little bit and then he just yeah, and people, and he was
So
always
many
like that. Even when I
times.
didn't have the couch, like when I first met Carpet, like, and we first like started smoking weed as like hoodlum skate rats, like he'd get so baked and he'd like fall asleep on my bed, and people would start fucking with him because I knew a lot of older kids, and I'm like, fuck you, get it, you can leave if you want to fuck with people.
Yeah.
This ain't your fucking bullshit house parties where you can like draw dicks on somebody who like doesn't know how to handle their shit yet, because we all don't know how to handle our shit yet.
Yeah, especially when you're fucking smoking super blunts and Richie blunts. Like, Richie blunts used to burn for, I shit you not, like a half hour.
Yeah, I gotta get him on the podcast sometime. Richard's a weird guy. I like talking to him about weird shit, and he's got like crazy ass views on a lot of shit.
I got excited because when I pulled up, I seen your truck
in Richard's
outside
car.
and then Richard's car, but then closer
Yeah.
I got, I realized there was a brick already under his back tire. So
I don't know. Like
oh,
3 is
this
my
won't work.
limit right now for at least how I would want to do it. Because like even though Mike's like hiding half in frame, but this is the limit. Is 3 folks. I gotta buy me some new lenses. I want to get me a couple lenses.
Where's
One
the
of them is
best,
a wide angle.
Where's the best place to get a macro lens for a phone?
I don't know. Amazon?
Really? There's no like local store?
Not really. I've looked, man.
bummer.
Not that sells things like that.
Because we just need one.
Like if
for
you had an
her
actual like
pearls,
DSLR
you know?
or something like
Like,
that.
She just needs, like, we've seen them. They go in the top, of, like, wherever you plug in your headphone at, you know? And
Yeah.
then it just clips over the camera.
Have you seen those Motorola phones that have like the different back plates that do a bunch of different shit? It's pretty cool, man. It like one of the back plates is a speaker, one of them like a super badass camera,
Oh, shit.
and then just snaps on and snaps off. It's pretty cool.
Damn.
I forget what the phone's called.
Motorola finally making a comeback, huh?
I guess, man.
What is that over there?
What,
That's your cosplay sword?
that was a Halloween costume sword. That is a fucking Finn and Jake sword. That's a demon blood sword, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
I made that shit in like a day.
Nice.
Super baked, like I always do for Halloween, because I never pick a costume on time. And I was like, fuck, I have this hat, I got blue shorts, I got blue shirt, I just need to make a sword.
Yeah.
And so I had cardboard, I had a dowel, I had paint and paper mache.
That's one thing I'm really excited about.
That's why I
These
want to go to
upcoming
cons, man.
Halloweens, like-
Cons and Halloween, like those are 2 things that, like, I haven't been to con yet, but I definitely want to start going and like doing that shit, because I'm a nerd for like fucking shit like that. Like I just like getting drunk in a funny costume. If that was acceptable to do in your normal life, I probably would do that.
Well, I mean,
Like-
dude, my kid is super cute, so I can only imagine all the candy.
And he's young, so you get
Yeah.
all the candy. That's like that's a perk about creating a micro person. You get to celebrate all the like little kid shit again, like full force, and not have to feel weird about it.
Shit, we finally got him to keep his shoes on today when we went to Walmart. And, like, you know, those videos when you see, like, dogs wearing shoes, how they, like,
They don't know how to
kick
do
when
shit.
they walk.
They're like,
it was cute, dude. He was walking through Walmart, like, trying to figure out his shoes, like, and then he finally got it. Started running. Like, oh, man.
Yeah, well, and you can do some cool like cosplays, man.
Dude, one of them that we're trying to find the right pieces of clothing for are training, like Luke in training on Dagobah.
Oh, which one? The Bespin clothes?
Yeah, and I'll have
Yeah.
him as Yoda on my back.
Used to be able to buy, like back in the day, I heard on a Kevin Smith podcast, mention him again, name drop. But
Yup.
yeah, he talked about there's like an old magazine and you could order the fucking Bespin Luke like coat, and it was like super legit.
Oh, damn. I would just probably do the
But yeah, that's the
short
coolest
sleeve,
Luke is the Bespin one in my
Yeah.
opinion.
but that's
Pilot
the only
Luke
way I
second.
can really incorporate my kid into my costume with me. Cuz he won't survive like not being able to like freak out, you know, if I like dress him up in like a stormtrooper or something.
Yeah, something easy.
So
Well, he's still like little.
yeah.
So
I'm talking buy some clip on Yoda ears.
just get it
Have-
going. I like a kid baby Gohan, like Chinese thing. Just get that. Wheel him around.
My kid does not look Chinese, though.
It doesn't matter. He's a little baby. He doesn't know.
If anything, I'd dress him up like a little mini Krillin.
Or Raditz, you can draw a little mustache on him. And then you can be Raditz. Or
That makes no sense.
Or no, not
I'd be
Raditz.
Nappa.
Yeah, Nappa.
I'm bald. Come on, man. Keep up.
Hey, yous are bald too.
I could be Piccolo.
You could both be Nappa.
But then again, I'm not trying to paint my kid green.
Dude, I'm not trying to paint myself. I did the Joker last year for Halloween. And, yeah.
A lot of word.
Fuck being painted on. Like, I did it all myself. And I even bought, like, some fake Joker scars, and they sucked. So I just, like, chopped up the latex and, like, made my own scars out of the latex that they, like, had with the scars on it.
There you go.
And I just, like, took pieces of that.
There you go.
And then I, like, painted my whole face, my ears and shit, and it was hard. And I don't think I had the right things. Like, I think I needed a makeup sponge. But I was like, I did it in the day, like I usually do. I'm always, like, fucking late for Halloween. I'm like, fuck, there's a party today? Fuck,
Mhm.
alright. I need to ride to the Goodwill.
Right, time to
Fucking
get
Halloween
ready.
town. And that's it.
Chris gets his Macklemore on at the thrift shop, man.
Dude, for Halloween, man, fuck yeah, that shit's easy as fuck. You know what the easiest costume to go to default, man?
What?
Ninja. Best one ever.
No,
All you need is a shirt.
True story. Me and Chris actually dressed up as skaters.
Oh,
Well, we didn't dress up. That's what we told old people. That's what we
just
told.
showed up
yeah.
and we had our boards with us.
We're like, we're skaters,
No shit, we're skaters.
and we had backpacks, like school backpacks. We're like, just throw it in there.
Good work. dude.
It did work.
Halloween, man. Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess if you like candy.
We're getting drunk in a funny ass costume, man. That's the best part about
You
Halloween.
know,
You get to
Halloween
get
is
drunk,
actually
dressed as a weird person.
my
great.
lady's birthday.
Just great for
So, definitely we'll have to
And you can
try
do
to
that.
do something.
You can do that at cons too. Like
Yeah.
they have parties and shit. There's booze and all the people who are going to the
Like,
cons just show up.
I'm
Like if
most
I go to that, I
excited
want to
about
like
Flash
get a
Gordon.
hotel and hang out like the whole 3
They
days.
have after parties already lined up.
Yeah.
So like if you buy the VIP, you got a ticket to it.
Nice.
But my last kid was too young last year, really young. So I didn't go to the after party. But it was cool because I got to smoke with Peter Dante. So this year I figure if I can smoke with someone there, it's cool.
So you're gonna
Keep
try
the
to smoke a
tradition
Flash
going.
Gordon?
Yeah, Sam Jones, man.
Does Flash Gordon smoke weed?
I don't know.
I probably couldn't meet that guy without continuously calling him Flash Gordon. I guarantee you. And I would just be like, dun 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 every time he walks. Just run dun 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 dun. Flash! Ah! He's a miracle! G. Run dun 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 dun. Dude, fucking Queen killed that shit. It's the most ridiculous thing ever, but that shit's fucking intense sounding. You're like, it's about to go down, and you hear that Flash music come on, man. He's gonna save every one of us, goddammit.
That's awesome.
I love that fucking movie.
But Billy D. Williams is gonna be there too.
Oh shit, Lando Calrissian's gonna
Yo.
be there. Like, hello.
Yep.
I'm 60 years old and I will fuck your mama.
Dude, he was the commissioner in Batman Returns.
No, he was Harvey Dent.
Oh, was that who
He was Harvey Dent. He was supposed to play
okay.
Two-Face in like the
older ones.
other
yeah.
one they were gonna do, but then they didn't do any more Batmans and they went to then eventually it was those fucking shit Schumacher ones. Even though I debate that those fucking Tim Burton ones kind of suck too. Batman Returns isn't good.
I mean,
And
dude,
I don't know.
look at it from the year it was made, though. You know, that was like when Terminator 2 came out. When it came out, that was like, oh my fucking god, what did I just
Yeah.
watch?
See,
you know?
you can't compete with Terminator 2.
I know.
Man. That's
Terminator 2 is like the
Yeah,
most
dude.
epic movie.
It's an
of all
amazing
time.
fucking movie. Like, I remember watching that as a little kid and just
You
being
don't
like,
like
this is
any of the
amazing.
newer Star Trek?
Is there new Star Trek? Like the new movies? I haven't seen
They're
really.
alright.
I'm not really a
The
Star
newer
Trek
Treks
fan
are
though.
actually pretty good.
I'm Star Wars, man.
Like,
I like Star Wars as well.
like Star Trek is okay. Like I'll watch an episode, but I don't know shit about it, and I don't really care to. And I like Star Wars. Like that's what I like. And even when it comes to that, I'm not like into the like all the expanded universe shit that's now like not part of Star
Yeah,
Wars.
like now it just doesn't count all of a sudden.
Right.
Sorry, I've read
And all
a
the
lot
stuff
of
that is
books
canon
and
now, I didn't
shit.
really watch. Like, I watched some of it, but I like the movies. That's what I like. The
Yeah.
old ones. Like, the new ones had good parts in them.
So what do you think about the Death Star?
I don't know. I think Death Stars...
A lot of innocent lives were lost, man.
Yeah, Death Stars are fucked up, but also...
I know,
think
but
it's...
they technically beat it in the movie.
Yeah, but... Did they have to kill everybody on the Death Star? Like, they just murdered, like, contractors and, like, dudes who are just janitors and shit.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
That was the biggest terrorist act in the history.
Even though
of
that's
Star
what everybody
Wars, man.
talks about in fucking... When they talk about Star Wars, like...
And then the
Funny.
planet in the new one, in The Force Awakens, dude, they blow up the whole planet.
Well,
I feel like the
That's
Force...
just as bad as being the Death Star, you know.
But
what
it
I'm
was a
saying?
planet full of
Like,
space Nazis, so I
try
feel
to
like you get
explain that
a...
to
You get
Luke
a...
Skywalker in
you get a
the
free
Force,
pass.
man.
And they blew up,
Force.
like, 6 planets. Didn't they blow up, like, a whole chain of planets?
Yeah, that
so
shit was crazy.
they kind of deserved it. But also, I don't know. I feel like that movie... I'm waiting for the new one to come out, because that last one's, like... They're just making us feel safe. They're like, look,
Yeah.
we're not doing what they did in the fucking prequels. We're sorry. We're gonna...
We're doing it right.
It's like the old ones. Yay! Check them out.
Right.
See, there's a big planet we gotta blow up with a thing. It's gonna-
See, that's the thing, though. No matter how bad the prequels are, they're essential for anyone who's watching Star
They are,
Wars
but
for the first time.
I kind of...
Everyone has to suffer at least once
Yeah.
by watching the episode 1, 2, and 3.
Although to my knowledge,
Episode 2 was pretty
to my
cool.
knowledge, I've never finished episode 2.
Episode 2 was cool.
I
The
didn't like
Yoda-
it
the
when they were
Yoda
on the
Dooku
planet. I
fight.
couldn't sit through that shit.
one of the
When
best
he's
ones.
like
Yeah.
watching her on the planet, man, I couldn't fucking
Yeah.
sit through that
That's
shit.
The Yoda Dooku fight was just epic.
You didn't like the pod races?
Pod racers were
The
cool.
pod
see.
race was cool.
In episode
Darth Maul
1,
with the
the
whole
best
thing.
parts.
Yeah, Darth Maul with the double
Darth Maul
blade.
pod racer, best parts of episode 1.
Yeah. Episode 3, probably just the battle between Obi-Wan and Anakin
Yeah.
at the end.
Because that bullshit battle between Yoda and Palpatine was kind of lame.
Same with Obi-Wan and Grievous.
You really can't beat Yoda. I mean, they push him down a lot. It seems like he gets his ass whooped, but then he's like, throws a fucking house at you.
But he really didn't even do shit like that. Like, they threw around those, like, floaty chairs that they
Yeah.
talking in the Senate. Like, and Yoda's supposed to be, like, super badass with the Force, and so is Darth fucking...
Sidious.
Yeah, Darth Sidious. He's supposed to be, like... He's, like, the main dude for the Sith, so he's supposed to be super badass. Because the Sith... And, like... I guess in, like, a lot of the stuff, the Sith are always usually, like, a little more powerful than the Jedis. That's why they send apprentices to fight Jedis. And, like, the Sith Masters don't even, like, really fight, like, Masters all that much.
Yep.
So their apprentices fucking kill Jedi Masters and shit. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So he's supposed to be like super badass, but it's just him like flying around going, "Nah, look at my scary face," and then they throw some chairs about.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, but then Anakin ends up killing all the Padawans.
Yeah, that was pretty dark,
Yeah, but
it had to happen. It was either that or it was a firing squad from the clones, like, you know? It was all part of him turning into Darth Vader.
Okay.
He had to kill the
yeah,
kids.
if you like look into
That
like
was
a lot of like the actual stuff with like the Jedi and the Sith, like a lot of stuff that isn't canon now, but used to be kind of like they get into
It
the
still
philosophies
counts.
on how they think.
I don't care what Disney
In your
says,
head and
it
your
still
heart,
counts.
it counts.
I've read it
It
so
always
many
count to
books
me,
and
Disney,
shit,
so
dude.
you can eat a fat one. Just like all the shit you do to Marvel movies.
That's what I'm saying.
Have you seen isn't Guardians out?
Yeah,
you
Guardians
seen
of the
that?
Galaxy
Is it
2
even
was
good?
It was good, dude.
'Cause I
It's
kind of enjoyed the first
surprisingly
one.
of the movies that falls in the tier of the sequel is just as good or better than
Yeah.
the first. Oh yeah, it's a good one, man. I'm waiting for it to come on Showbox so I could watch it at home.
And it's like it's not like Marvel movies are bad. Like they don't really make bad Marvel movies.
They just have too much money, so
yeah,
they can do whatever
they can do whatever they want.
They're nowhere near
but
the
it's
old
also
school
kind of boring.
Gladiator war movies.
Or DC, like their movies, like live action stuff, really isn't all that on point. Like, have you seen Wonder Woman yet?
Mm-mm.
I haven't either, so I'm trying to find somebody who's seen it, and I'm gonna watch it and talk about it. Probably a lady.
I don't know if it's anything like Batman versus Superman. Like,
So far, what I've heard, people are enjoying Wonder Woman.
well, yeah, it's gotten really good reviews, so
I haven't got to see that one yet.
But the last movie I saw was Alien Covenant. You seen that yet?
I haven't. I don't know. A lot of people said that they were disappointed it didn't even tie into aliens at all.
It, like, you get a bit of the alien towards the like bottom end of the movie, and that's kind of about it. Like, it's weird. It's like a Prometheus movie, and then it abruptly turns into an aliens film. For a little bit. It's weird. Because like, for a lot of the movie, they're on the planet fucking around, but then all of a sudden it just switches to like, she's in space, they're on a ship, and then the alien and shit. It's fucked up. It's weird. The alien's on the ship and trying to break the ship, and then it's fucking weird.
That's crazy.
And then I don't know how this, and it fucks up a lot of things to the older movies. Like, now I'm like, because that old ship that they find in the first movie is full of the eggs. If the fucking robot Michael Fassbender motherfucker made the eggs and the xenomorphs, then how do the fucking engineers have a fucking ship full of the eggs already ready to go when they go to Earth? And it doesn't, the alien movies have, or no, they haven't happened yet, but still, they have a ship full of the alien eggs, and it's piloted by the fucking, the space jockey, they call it. And it's full of the eggs, so it's like, why do they have the eggs if he wiped them all out on the
because the android kept them. That android was shiesty as fucking.
But but it's not like he gave some to the aliens. Like, he murdered all the fucking engineer guys, those big white dudes. And those are the dudes who were piloting the big ship in the first Alien movie, supposedly. And they were gonna use those, and the aliens were like their bioweapons because they were mad about some shit.
Yeah.
That humans did.
Prometheus, I liked. I thought that was good.
I'm on the fence with both of those movies, actually.
Like, the ending
Prometheus
could
is
have
okay.
been a little better on Prometheus. Like you said, it's almost like a glimpse at the aliens. Like, they're just teasing you.
I don't know. But either way, it was okay, but they fuck with some of this shit. Like, I don't want to spoil it for you, but they fuck with some of this shit.
What's the best way to kill one of those alien creatures?
Fucking airlock, dude. Send them out into space. That's how Ripley does it.
Yeah.
Technically, that's not killing them because they still survive outside in space.
Nah, they die. They're not like super invincible.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either that or you just make friends with the predator.
Don't count.
You know? Just roll with them.
And even then, you gotta kill an alien to make friends, or beat a predator in combat.
I mean, that doesn't make sense. Like,
but I guess Ridley Scott is like, doesn't want anything like to do with the predator thing.
Really?
He's like, he hated when they did that, I guess.
Did you know that they originally were gonna go with Jean-Claude Van Damme to be the predator, or to be the person instead of Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh no, he did. He was in the suit.
Oh, was it?
He was supposed to be the actual predator, and it was a different suit desigon.
Oh, okay.
And,
but I was reading something briefly, dude, that was like it was almost Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, he was gonna be in the suit. And it was like this weird, like, mantis, alligator-looking human thing, and it looked all funny. And there's footage of him in the suit, like you can look it up.
Hell yeah!
And they ended up just scrapping it. I forget why, but then they had Stan Winston, like the dude who's made every movie thing you can think of back, like every awesome like movie effect when they actually had to make everything for movies, like Terminator and all that stuff. Like, they did the work on that suit, and they ended up having to get like some tall Kenyan motherfucker.
Oh shit!
Because like the design for the Predator was like super tall.
Well, all I know is the Predator movie is awesome. I wouldn't change anything about it.
I like the first Predator. And
the Danny Glover one had good spots in it, but
it was a little too goofy for me though.
Yeah, Bill Pullman. Was that Bill Pullman who was in Predator 2?
It was Gary Busey.
No, it was.
Gary Busey was in there.
Bill Pullman, because he was the only guy to ever be killed by an alien, a predator, and a Terminator.
And actual like life. Got
it.
He's got all. Yeah, that guy was in a fuck ton of movies.
He was in Twister. That was a good movie.
Isn't it? No, what's the disaster movie with fucking Pierce Brosnan?
Oh,
is it the volcano movie? Yeah, Peak. Dante's Peak. Man, I can't believe that was ever like a thing that was for movies like disaster films. Like, I never thought those were like suspenseful or like scary, or I don't know what they wanted.
2012 was pretty good.
I don't know. It's kind of dumb. Just like Deep Impact
That one was
Mercury
dumb.
Rising.
All those were just cheap
Armageddon.
rip-offs of Armageddon. Armageddon had the best cast of them all.
What about
But they did
Independence
have
Day?
Morgan Freeman. Independence Day was good.
Yeah.
The second one,
I didn't see it.
they stretched
What about
it.
Men in Black?
I heard no Will Smith.
Well, Men in Black was just epic, dude. That came out when I was a kid.
Do you remember the cartoon?
Briefly.
Dude, the cartoon was so awesome. Like, the animation looked really cool, and and I guess the Men in Black series is based off of comic books, man. That are apparently like super, like, they're like adult comics. They're like violent and like crazy. It's more like a noir kind of thing, I guess, or something like that. It's definitely like there's people getting blown up. It's a lot more violent. At least the like old original comics before they started selling the shit to kids, and Will Smith doing a little rap in the front of it. Cut to
Have you
a
ever heard
clip.
of Stephen Greer?
Mm-mm.
Either has Chris.
Yeah.
Well, who is he?
Yeah, what does he do?
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of like Men in Black.
Does he like talk about conspiracy stuff?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. The internet's full of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm interested in that shit, but I'm more interested in the people who believe in it than I am in the actual, like, conspiracies. It's weird. People are strange. But I try not to worry about that shit. Because it's all weird.
Yeah.
And they're like, our government's reptile men,
It
and
just gives you more shit to stress
the
about.
moon's a Death Star. Yeah, man.
Well,
I just kick
it's
back.
like, where does fiction become nonfiction?
I don't know,
Mhm.
man.
That's
And
a
it's
very,
weird, because, like,
very
science
fine
fiction
line.
is always a precursor to things.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like, dude, I am sure somewhere they're like, they have a Terminator already built. They're just waiting for the computer to
They
get
got, like,
started up.
robot competitions,
suit?
dude.
That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, Iron Man suits, dude. They probably got them, dude. Like,
Right. You know they do, because they showed off those, like, shitty exo things that made a guy able to, like, lift, like, 100 pounds really easy. So, you know, if they're showing you that, they got something way crazier. Like,
I think I'm gonna go
Already.
give me some robot legs.
you can get a robot vagina with your robot legs. Well, you need robot legs, man.
Shit's weak.
Why do you need
Shit's
robots with
pussy.
legs? I'm all down for cyberization.
No,
but-
actually, you really want to know why I
get the
wanted
arms like
robot
Jax
legs?
from Mortal
Because
Kombat.
I would be able to, like, somehow program them to do 360 flips and skate.
You would just download
skateboarding-
just skate
robot
subroutines into your legs.
Imagine skateboarding robot legs.
But that wouldn't that defeat the
that's not-
entire
Yeah, that
purpose?
wouldn't count.
Wouldn't that
What?
defeat the entire
I mean, it
the
would look
skill
cool, but-
and the
Technically,
determination
that's,
it takes
you
to
know,
do a skateboarding
transportation.
trick?
You go down the street and you have it programmed in real quick for Stephen Hawking in his wheelchair to do 360 flips.
I don't know, man, but well, that's cool for those guys. But you're a healthy man who can do a 360. That's cool for Stephen Hawking, but you're like a healthy man who can do a 360 flip right
Yeah.
now if you wanted to. Like, I look like I'm an unfit boy now, but I used to skateboard with you. You taught me how to skateboard, so and like the best part about skateboarding was like the progression part of it, like the getting better and like oh, I've been trying this fucking 5-stair for forever, and I finally fucking did it, and you feel so awesome after you do it because you worked really hard at doing it.
I remember when they redid the road out front of Widefield.
Oh, in front of
The
my
high
house.
school?
No, the road in front of my house. Remember when they fucked that one up?
Yeah.
They just never
Dan and
paved
Bob
it.
Mick came ripping around the corner, but dude, when they redid the road outside of Widefield, you did a one-footed
Oh, and it was nice and
nose
clean.
manual.
Mike was good at those.
Like,
He
and
used to, like,
cars were
one-footed
not
manual
fucking with
everywhere.
you, dude. Like, everyone was just letting you do that shit. And you did it all the fucking way, dude. Like, all the way.
Yeah.
Think you do that now, Mike? With your old man legs?
I do it all the time, Chris. I've never actually quit skating.
Alright, we're going live with this.
I use skateboarding
on
for
location.
use skateboarding for like a cardio.
Yeah. It's good, man. Like, I was actually in shape when I
over time you
skateboarded all
get
the
better
time.
and better at it. But it is basically just running and jumping.
Yep.
So, I mean, if you run and jump down
Well,
stairs
there's
all day,
balance things involved. It's like you're mixing, like, it's like you're doing plyometrics.
once you get really good and you try like a really hard trick, it's a lot of cardio to pull off a certain kinds of tricks.
Yeah, for sure.
It is. I still
Skateboarding's
can't land
crazy.
a Casper flip.
I mean, there's a little bit of skill.
I remember.
It takes much
Yeah.
time.
I remember back in the day, though, fucking Dan Mick, when he was like super fat at the time, he's thin and healthy as fuck now, but he was big boy in high school, and he could skateboard actually pretty good. It was like the most shocking thing you ever see. I remember fucking Dan like throwing like varials and like backside flips and shit, and like 50-50s on the box out front. And I'm like, dude, you're like the big man of skateboarding. It's insane. Like, you're really good. And you'd think like as a big person that would be like incredibly hard.
Yeah.
To like not only like fucking like do that shit, but also like on your body, like throwing a kickflip on your like shitty fat guy knees, man. Fuck.
Dan used to come with us to the
Yeah, he'd go with us to the skate
all the
park, or
time.
he'd take us to. We'd go to
tour
spots.
We tour a lot.
Yeah, he had
Touring
the
to
car
all over the place.
Yeah.
because he had the
Dustin.
stylus.
Was it a stylus?
Yeah.
I thought it was a Dustin.
It was a stylus, bro.
Oh, it was the rip-off of the rip-off.
But we also
Yeah.
did Halo tournaments. Halo tournaments, Chris. Did you ever go?
No, I was never
Do you
super. I wasn't
remember-
into
We did a
Halo
lot
as
of
much.
Halo
Like I was
tournaments
okay
and
with it, but I was like, meh,
tournaments.
You used to be able to like name your guest,
because we could
and like
skateboard.
Richard was always one that would like throw in something random like
Sensukov.
your mom or AIDS or something like that. So whenever he would kill you, it would pop up with whatever his catchy phrase of the day was.
Joey was
Says
me,
killed
bitch. I remember that. You got killed by me. That was a good one.
Mine was the invisibility. It was just like space. I would put my name as space.
So was mine, because no one can
So
snipe
when
you out.
when you like
Yeah,
go to
'cause
zoom
you're-
in on me,
you
then
can't see it.
You can't see the name
Yeah.
because they're basically.
I did that too because I see Mike do it. I was like, that's a
So
good
you're
strategy.
Killed by it,
You
and
can
then
cheat.
It doesn't show it.
I'm gonna cheat. That way you can't. They can't track you as good.
Hell yeah.
Especially with the sniper
Yeah, fuck snipers in the original Halo, dude. That shit
or the
was-
piddle, the little pistol, man. You're just like dead, dead. Even though it was slower, it's like.
Right.
But still, 3 shots and you killed a motherfucker. That pistol was like way overpowered. And then they brought it back in like 3 or 2, I forget. But they brought it back and it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you guys were all into the Halo thing. You'd go to fucking that kid Yeti's house, that smelly kid.
He Yeti threw up. I mean, they weren't bad.
Yeah.
He had a bunch of TVs all set up. They were system linked together with the Xboxes. Back in
Yeah.
the day, that was actually not so bad.
4 people per
And
TV.
then we'd get pizza and beer or whatever, and then I remember the funniest thing about it was when Bob and Dan, because Bob and Dan are just hilarious all the time, but they changed their names to Gay Yeti, and then they changed, like everyone.
They fucked with everybody's
opposite
names.
team, they put their name, Gay before their name.
That's pretty funny.
So
I'm
they
good
they
on
can
another
run it
dab,
into
bro.
their-
Well, I'm doing another dab.
You do another dab. I just finally got my lungs back under control after that last glob.
No, I'm high as shit on fucking allergy medicine. Because I had to fucking help do some fucking yard work the other day, and now I got all the weeds up my nose. And not the good kind of weed that I would prefer in my lungs, but a lot of shitty pollen, so I'm like all fucking... I'm all weird. At least I feel weird. I don't like taking medicine. But sometimes it's like, you gotta do a podcast, so you can't be like runny nosing and shit.
Right.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. So, yeah, but I remember skateboarding all the time back then. We were pretty much skate hooligans. Like, I remember running from the security downtown all the time, like
You
at
know,
the
I actually
colleges
saw
and
some of
shit.
the security the other day. That's funny that you brought that up.
Really?
Yeah, I went over and asked them, like, hey, are we allowed to skate here? Because you guys used to chase us all the time. Like, I don't want to go out and skate. I actually brought my board down.
What, downtown?
Yeah, because I had put some money in the meter. I was down there anyway. And there were some kids skateboarding down the street. And I went over and I was like, hey, you guys want to play a game of skate? And they seemed like they weren't so bad.
Do you remember that day we went skating with
They said,
Crazy Gene?
no, you're not allowed to skate down there. They said, but they didn't know the rules about whether or not you're allowed to skate
Yeah.
inside the park.
Do you remember that day with Crazy Gene downtown? Where
Yeah.
he wanted to fight that kid, and we ran all around town, and he like I don't remember, but he wanted to fight that kid, and he punched him a couple of times, and we like had to like get Crazy Gene away from whoever this kid was because he was hiding in Borriello Brothers, and Gene was fucking crazy. Like, that's not a nickname, that's like who he was as a human.
Yeah, he was pretty crazy. He did a lot of.
Remember the first time we met him?
He did a lot of big stunts.
No, the first time we met this kid, he walked up to me and Mike, and we were just talking bullshit and smoking a bowl, and he was like, I was addicted to crack for 2 years. Just out of nowhere. And that should have been our first warning sign not to hang out with this dude. Yep. But he was our like homeless skate buddy, and he like lived on my couch and shit.
He didn't live very far away.
But he got kicked out of his house because his
dad
dad found his weed plants that we stole from this guy's backyard. And his dad found him. So he got kicked out of his house. So he was living on my couch. But he was crazy as fuck, dude. Like he was the buffest fucking like teenager you've ever seen. Just like solid rock hard Bruce Lee fucking muscles. And he's like, because he would like do coke and then like work out and take creatine and all this crazy shit.
Get pumped, man.
He did a lot of stunts.
Yeah,
man.
he was a crazy fucking kid.
Like
he was crazy crackhead Gene who would fucking do crazy ass shit.
Like he could do a backflip 180 anywhere. I guess
Off of a house once.
I'll probably take off here soon, man. Gotta get back to the little one and the wife, man.
Word. And I'm dying from this dab, so. Well, folks, this is the end of Chronversations.
Say bye, Mike.
Say bye, Mike. Good night and good
luck. Take it easy, guys. Hit that subscribe button.
Oh yeah, like, subscribe, and very soon SoundCloud and Spreaker. We will be on those things. So yeah, peace out.